Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am your Muse Traci. I am your favorite manifestation coach, and I am here to inspire you and empower you to live the life of your dreams, to create on purpose exactly what you want in all areas of your life, to stop settling and to stop suffering. You are not here to suffer. If that sounds good to you, you are more than welcome to subscribe to my channel. I offer one-on-one coaching, and in my coaching program, we take a deep dive into your subconscious programming or your belief system, and we do the work to change the programming that is effectively covering up and masking your true nature. So I will take you through the process of cleaning up your programming, integrating the creator belief system, releasing stored emotions from the past, as well as teaching you how to honor and process your emotions on an ongoing basis, as well as much, much more. We meet 2 to 3 times per week, and in between each session, you have email access to me. You have homework to do on your own. So it is an intensive month, but it is meant to be intensive. And it is designed to create real transformation in every area of your life. We're not just working on one area. It's okay if you come to me to work on one area, but we're going to work on all the areas and return you back to your true nature of being an effortless and unlimited creator. So most of my clients stay in coaching with me 2 to 3 months. Some stay longer, some stay less. And it's really up to you and the amount of support and guidance you would like to have. All right? It's always up to you. It's your call. So if you're interested in learning more, leave me a comment down below, and you can also send me an email, and I will be sure to get back to you. I also have a free mini course available on my website. The link is also in the description down below. I created this course to lay the foundation for manifesting a specific person. So I go through the fundamentals of why that's even possible. So you can get that part out of the way. You can stop questioning about that part of manifesting a specific person. And so it's a completely free mini course, and it will get you past that phase of questioning so that you can focus on what you need to focus on to manifest the relationship that you would like to be in. I also have a free 7-day I am challenge, getting you back into the habit of using your I am, your genie in the bottle, if you wish, intentionally, right? So a lot of times we're like saying, oh yeah, I am whatever, but it's not intentional. I'm not even going to say the negative things. You guys know if you do this or not. Sometimes we forget and we use our power willy-nilly, and this 7-day I am challenge will help you get back into really intentionally using that I am, because that is the magic of your words. Okay, so you can check that out below as well. Again, that's also absolutely free. And let's get into the video. So today I'm talking about the 3 keys to succeeding in manifesting. And I did a short about this the other day, but I really wanted to do a deeper dive and go over some of these things so that you can succeed at manifesting. You can become a master manifester. So let's get right into it. The first one is to reprogram your beliefs and your subconscious mind. Now, I make no mistake about this. You can manifest without doing this. I know because I did it. I have done it. But I also know that the results are minimal and the results are most likely short-lived. And it's not great, okay? Because it's also a lot of work to manifest and battle your own programming. So let's first talk about what programming is and why I recommend that you change it. So programming is basically what your environment taught you from the ages of 0 to 7 or 8. From that age, that time span, your subconscious mind is a sponge. Everything is going in, everything. And I've also talked about this, like, yeah, you can absorb things that were said to you directly, like money doesn't grow on trees and you got to work hard and, these types of things. But you also absorb things that were not like just a direct statement to you. In other words, you absorbed survival tactics. You created survival tactics, especially if you had a not that great environment, an abusive environment, an unsafe environment, an unstable environment, even. And you guys, trauma is not about like the thing that happened. It's about the person who experienced it. So there's no like, oh, that was, you know, not that much trauma, so you shouldn't have, negative programming. It doesn't really work like that. It's all about the experiencer and how you experienced it. So this is more the indirect programming that you can get. So even if your environment was just not really what you needed, it wasn't what you as an individual human needed, the comfort, the caring, the loving, the comforting, the safety, if all that wasn't there, you develop, first of all, concepts about yourself. Well, I may not be worthy of having this, or there must be something wrong with me. And then you develop all kinds of things to deal with your environment. And so that's really what your programming is. It's based on that environment at a young age. Okay. And so we all have programming. We all do. It's just part of the human experience. Now, your programming is not your fault, but what you do with your programming is your responsibility. So if you have some programming that you don't prefer, it's your job to change it. Okay. And if you don't, again, the programming is not your fault. You were in the environment you were in. But as an adult, if you're noticing that those negative stories are no longer serving you and they're in conflict with what you prefer to experience, then it's your job to change the programming. And you can change the programming. You can absolutely rewrite your subconscious mind and change your subconscious mind. Now, that's different for everyone. It takes different modalities and ways of going about it. But you absolutely can change your programming. And it doesn't have to be hard. The belief that changing programming is hard is just a belief. And the other thing I want to say about this is, so as you learn about manifesting and you learn about the things that you want, and then you have this reason why, you can't have it, that's programming, okay? And it's not a universal truth. It's not universal law. Can you look around and see anyone that doesn't adhere to this reason why you can't have what you want? I'm sure you can. So that's how you know your reason why you can't have the thing that you want isn't universal truth. There's evidence of other people having what you want, and they're not different from you. They're not more worthy. They're not more valuable. We are all essentially the same. It's programming that says you don't get to have it. And again, you can change that. You can absolutely change that. Now, if you don't, your programming is sort of like your framework for your reality. It's what creates, it's like the fundamentals of your reality. It's the structure of your reality. So if you say, I don't deserve love, your reality will reflect that back to you, not because you don't deserve love, but because you said that that's what's true for you. Not the best, right? So again, that is not your fault, but it's your responsibility to change it if you don't want to keep experiencing that type of reality. Money is hard to get. Okay, well, very well. You will have lots of evidence of that. Not because that's true, but because you said that that's how it is, and you're the one setting up the framework for your reality. This is why it's important to change the programming, right? And again, you don't have to. You can work against yourself day and night, hearing the programming come up, and you're like, I am abundant. I get money easily. And every now and then, whoop, there'll be a little bit of money because that's how powerful you are. But before you know it, it'll go right back to how it was before. Because why? You believe money's hard to get. You believe you have to work hard for it. That's what you still believe. Now, your reality isn't, it's impartial. It's just responding to your framework that you keep perpetuating. You don't have to do that. You don't have to perpetuate the framework that was never yours to begin with. That is a lie, especially when it's about you and your worthiness and your lovability and your deservability and everything. If it's not what you want it to be, it's a lie, and you get to change it. And I highly recommend that you do change it. So when you change that, now when you go, I want to, have this level of abundance, or I want to have this relationship, or I want to have this car or this career, now the framework supports what you want. Guess what? Manifesting is a million times easier. Okay. You're not banging your head to try to focus on what you want, while in the background, the wrong framework keeps running the show, basically. So, to succeed at manifesting, to really succeed at manifesting, to get more than just a little blip here and there, change the programming. Okay. Number 2, key to mastering manifesting is discipline. Now, here's the good news, you guys. You don't have to choose my way of discipline. You don't have to choose someone else's way of discipline. You get to choose what discipline is for you. But there has to be some level of discipline. It can be with the way you eat. It can be with your exercise routine. It can be with meditation. It can be with your manifestation techniques. It doesn't matter, but there needs to be some element of discipline within you that you practice. Again, it can be any subject. I don't care. Some aspect of discipline. Because this aspect of discipline is going to help you train your mind and discipline your mind. And you will need to have discipline of the mind, which discipline in any other area of your life is going to help you to have discipline of your mind, discipline of your thoughts, discipline of your beliefs that you keep going back to. This is required, this type of discipline, but discipline in any other area of your life, meditation would be great. Again, if you don't like meditation, do it with something else, but some type of discipline so that you start to train your mind, your ego really, to submit. There has to be some thing that your ego has to submit to. If you're just trying to do it with the belief system, it's going to be harder. It's going to be harder because your ego thinks that it runs the show and it's always run the show and it's just running the show and you never try to discipline it. It's going to be harder. And you need that discipline to change your belief system and to focus your mind on what it is that you truly want to manifest. So some type of discipline. Again, I recommend meditation because it is with the mind and it is directly with the ego. When you try to sit still in silence, your ego is going to tell you, yeah, we're good here. You can just get up now. We're done. I'm hungry. Oh, I have an itch. Or, oh, I need more comfort. Whatever it is, that's all ego. So not allowing your ego to run the show, sitting in stillness, in quiet, discipline, is so good for training the ego to submit when it's time to submit, okay? So any type of discipline, choose and start wherever you like. I forget who says it, but I think there's a quote somewhere by someone will know, I'm sure. So leave it in the comments down below. But if you want more freedom, you need more discipline, okay? That's really how this goes. If you want more freedom in your belief system, you need more discipline. If you want more freedom in all aspects of your life, you need more discipline. So it really does work. And I highly recommend that you integrate this somehow. Again, it doesn't have to be someone else's idea of what discipline is, but some type of discipline in some area of your life. Start there, okay? All right. The next key is going to be determination. You can call it willpower. You can call it even stubbornness if you want. I don't care. But this is sort of like a commitment. It's really a commitment to you. Determination, a determination to let's just say change your programming, a determination to set up a different framework for yourself, a determination to apply the concepts that you learn. It doesn't mean anything, you guys, if you know about all of these principles, you know about law of assumption, you know about Neville, you've read all of Neville's books, you've watched all of his lectures, or you've listened to all of his lectures, you've seen all my videos, you've seen all the other, let's just say you've seen all the manifestation videos on YouTube. There's a lot. It doesn't matter if you've listened to all of them and you even know what they're going to say before they even say it. Let's say you're at that level, you know that much. Great. That doesn't do you any good if you don't know how to apply it. It's like if you have a car in your driveway, but you don't know how to drive. Well, that car, that vehicle, doesn't do you any good. It's not a perfect analogy. I know, have your neighbor come over and drive you somewhere in your car. But you guys get my point. You can have all the knowledge about all of this, law of assumption, who you are, how it all works, what your power truly is. You can have all the knowledge, but if you don't know how to apply it, you don't know how to use it, it doesn't do anything for you. It's just a nice thing that you know about. And there are plenty of examples of this. So don't fall into this trap. Don't fall into this. And this is where you need to have determination. This determination to get what you want, to live the life that you want. If you know who you are, you know nothing is off limits, you know the only thing that can be stopping you is you, then you have to have the determination to press forward and to keep applying what it is that you know, applying the knowledge. I think Neville talks about this a little bit. I don't have a specific quote, but he talks about this when he's talking about persisting. He says, if you tell me that you are an abundant person and you're persisting in that, then what are you doing showing up and saying like, I'm not, I don't have the abundance, right? He says, you're not applying it, is basically what he's saying. You're not applying it. You're not persisting. It doesn't work itself. You have to work it. So this knowledge, again, it's great if you have the knowledge. You need to have the knowledge. There's an information gathering phase, but you have to graduate at some point from the information gathering phase to the applying phase, the becoming phase, the being phase. And you know, it's not a flip of a switch. Okay, now I know everything, I'm going to be it. No, you got to practice. You got to practice, and you have to have determination to keep going, to keep applying. You really have to have this, you know, burning desire. It doesn't have to be a burning desire for one thing, although it can be. It can be a burning desire for one thing that drives you for all of this. It can be, but you need to have a burning desire. This is also determination, willpower, strength, stubbornness, not giving up, pushing on, applying what you know time and time and time and time and time again. This is the reality of this, you guys. And let me finish with this. You spent most of your life, decades, if you're like me, some of you maybe only one, most people at least two, at least. Most people I work with, 3 or 4 decades not knowing this information. Okay, being in the illusion that life is just happening and I have to adjust myself to it and I have very limited power and I'm a victim basically to everything going on around me. So you spent decades in that mindset. After your information gathering phase, when you're ready to apply what you know, a lot of you want it to flip like a switch, and you get very impatient with yourself, and you get very demanding with yourself, and you get very harsh with yourself. This is not helpful in any way. It actually creates more difficulties for you. So you really need to lighten up on your expectation to just flip yourself so quickly. This will be helpful. I promise. This will be tremendously helpful. And if you can see everything as progress, you'll be more willing to keep going. But a lot of you don't do that. A lot of you get very demanding on, your ability to apply. Then you get discouraged. Then you get doubtful. Then you get who knows what. You give up. You go back and forth. And if you go back and forth, your reality, which is always following you, is going to do what? Go back and forth. So this is another reason, we're not getting into that in this video, but this is another reason why I always teach you guys to start with the fundamentals. Start with knowing who you are. That's how we start all of my programs, my group coaching programs, my one-on-one coaching programs. We always start with knowing who you are, practicing knowing who you are. It makes everything easier. So yes, it's about knowing who you are and having some grace for yourself to cultivate a different way of being, to cultivate a different lens that you see the world through, to cultivate a different lens that you see yourself through, and what you act from. It takes practice, okay? And determination, absolutely. But the point I'm trying to get at here is be a little bit more understanding and allowing. That facilitates the change that you're seeking. The shame, the blame, the whatever else, beating yourself up, that doesn't really facilitate the change that you're looking for. That creates more problems. It creates more suppression. It creates more obstacles within you. So understand that you spent decades with a different lens, a different everything, framework, belief system, operating system. Okay, it's not going to flip just because you watched 1,000,001 videos and now you're starting to apply it. That's a bit unreasonable now that I'm saying it like that, don't you think? Okay, good. So now develop a different plan. Develop a different plan. Learn how to go through the process and be easy with yourself. Be very determined, but in a loving, compassionate way, an understanding way with yourself. Because again, that will facilitate the change that you're going for. All right, you guys, leave me a comment and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.